Welcome to What My Sister Said. We're three sisters with a passion for the entertainment industry. Sit and have conversations about BLs and other things in the entertainment industry. And we invite you to join us to have these conversations like we used to around the breakfast table when we were around the breakfast table when we were kids. So come on in and have this conversation with us. Our conversation today is about OffGun. But before we get to that couple that we really, really enjoy, I'm going to tell you the drink that we're having today, which is an amaretto sour. It's 1.5 ounces of amaretto, 3/4 ounces bourbon, 3/4 ounce lemon juice. It says 1 ounce simple syrup, which I substituted with
don't do it
because I didn't have simple syrup, but that's just too sweet. We're all dying. You don't need the simple syrup. Cut it. I added more lemon. Yeah, I added more lemon to try to like make it less sweet, but just don't do that to yourself. And 1 egg white, a couple of dashes of orange bitters. You shake it dry first. Don't put any ice in it first. Shake it and then add ice and shake it again. Pour it over ice. There you have an amaretto sour.
All of our frost.
Emphasize again. Don't add that extra sugar to you.
It's too much.
Every sip, I'm like, whoa.
Amaretto is enough. Don't let it sit in your ice in your shaker though, because that'll.
Oh yeah, your little foam will go away.
Your froth will go away.
Yeah. I once made. What is it when you do the little hot thing over the egg thing?
Oh yeah,
what's that called?
You flambéed that thing. It's not
what's
a flambe.
It called? It comes in like a little.
Yeah, we know.
God, I can't think of it. It's a dessert. Anyway, I made an
creme brulee.
Creme brulee. Thank you.
I didn't know what she was talking about, so I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Every time I have amaretto. First of all, Arlea makes an amazing amaretto cake. So good. But every time I have amaretto, I think of the creme brulee amaretto creme brulee that I made, and that was so delicious.
I don't like creme brulee.
So good.
I love creme brulee.
Well, I like custardy things, but I need like something crispy in a custardy thing. I don't want to just eat the custard.
You have it at my
that's
the hard thing. So the hard part of the creme brulee is what makes it crunchy, it adds the crunch that I need.
I don't like custard, but I like creme brulee. I don't know why. There's something
I don't like custard.
It's a specific type of I don't like custard either. Like I don't get flan. I don't
that part.
Not a
very
fan.
Confusing to me, but there's a whole lot of people.
There's a lot of people in the world that love it. Just not one.
I think it's texturally for me. Because even like tres leches cake can get to.
I don't like that
that's
either.
soggy. That's soggy wet.
I don't like my bread. I love cake. I love bread. I love those things.
Don't make it wet.
Make it wet.
It's like somebody knocked their drink into my deliciousness.
Exactly.
Milk. They got milk on my deliciousness.
Now, let's be clear. Tres leches cake is delicious when you eat it. It's
the flavor.
Textural.
Yeah.
If it's too much, I can't do it. If it's just, I can't eat it if it's just.
Get with tiramisu, and you're
that too.
I used to love tiramisu. I don't like it at all now.
It's wet. And it's lady fingers. Come on now.
Yeah.
Wet lady fingers. Nasty.
Who's eating lady fingers on purpose?
I love the Great Break. What is it? The Baking Show, whatever. That's not the But anyway, love that show. Love it to death. Trifles are nasty. What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, we gotta stop with the trifles. Actually, when I worked in the city,
cake with wet stuff.
We were like real into trifles when I worked for the city, and
really?
I was trying to make them really pretty. So I had like the container, the cake thingy, the
serving dish.
Yeah. And it was like we had a recipe we shared, and everybody would take turns making the trifle. It gets real communal when you're in a government job.
Yeah, trifles. And then what's the other one? I don't want to belabor the point. The other one where they roll it up. What is that?
The roll. Yeah, like a Swiss roll.
Swiss roll. That's just wet rolled cake.
Yes. All
So
that wet
still
cake
wet.
stuff gotta go.
Now
Y'all
I
keep it.
will, because
Trash.
my neighborhood is like a little Asian, like a little.
Mhm.
It's not specifically I can't say it's a Chinatown kind of place, because it's
Mhm.
really multicultural. Like
Mhm.
every Asian demographic in my area lives in this portion of the city.
Mhm.
So all of my bakeries are more um the very light cakes with the almost patisserie.
Mhm.
Oddly enough, everything usually an Asian bakery zone will move into the French bakery more so it'll be more like a patisserie. I don't know if you guys
Mhm.
know that, except for Filipino bakeries, which are bomb. Those are
Bomb.
different. They're
Good.
so good.
Oh,
But like,
you
so I
making
get
me
a
want to go
lot of
find
that.
one.
Maybe when you get into the French baking and that the patisserie, you get a lot of that, like wet
stuff.
cakes. Yes,
Here's
a
my thing.
lot of mousses
I
and
don't do.
not a
I
fan of
mousse
do
cakes.
French.
moist cake. Delicious. Wet cake. You can see me later with that. I don't. If it go tips from moist to wet,
Shut up,
I'm not
Alexa.
having it.
What did
She
Alexa
talked
do?
to you.
She said, "I'll remember that you're not a fan of that."
Oh, the man is in your house.
Alexa is an off.
Girl, I got to unplug her.
Hey, I is creeping her.
Who in the government is taking notes about you, Only?
Oh my god. She taking
Oh,
notes on your
sis.
cake preference. That's just weird. I don't
I
like
drank
that.
too much of this and I didn't eat any dinner, so let's go.
Okay,
Oh,
let's do
I
this.
haven't had any
All
either.
done.
Let's go.
So let's preface this again with, we are not the authorities on this pair.
Nope.
We like them a lot. We're really, really
Mm-mm.
into them. We are not the authorities on this pair. We tried to gather some information because we want to share and we wanted to learn more. And if you have
Yep.
more information, please share it with us in the
Put it in
comments.
the comments.
You guys have
Thank
been great
you.
about doing that, of sharing things with us that we can do further research, because it's fun to learn about these folks.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
offer. The part of the reason we're doing this this series is it's a good opportunity for us to learn about all of these different pairs. I think in fandom
Yeah.
spaces, fandoms could get really territorial about their pair, and then it doesn't oftentimes leave room for the new people to come in and learn and be interested and be able to feel safe to be interested and wrong. It's a, and I don't think we're going to be particularly wrong, but we may miss a piece here. We may not know this specific thing, and that's okay. We're just telling you what we learned through the social medias and the interviews and all that good stuff.
The internets.
Yes.
The interwebs.
Oh man. Like, I don't know that I have a whole lot of information here about. Well, you can jump in if you have something to add, okay? So we're gonna start with Gun. And it just starts with his career. So I don't have his schooling. Do you have any information on his schooling? Because he started.
Yes, Bangkok University, Ramkham Bangkok University, and another university, Ramkhamheng University.
What was his major?
Why are you asking me stuff I didn't say?
That was that's what I was curious about.
Was it business? Well, I thought he went into the industry to be. He went to the industry to be an MC, so it's probably some.
He was business administration, and then political
business.
science.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
Poli sci. That's so interesting.
Yes.
So he started as a child actor, not an MC. He started as a child actor.
Oh, I'm thinking of Off.
That's
I take it back. Yeah.
He was famous for his lead role in a 2004 series, Goman. So that's I'm not going to go into the other series until later, but that's just like his starting point, right? He is a style leader and owns a clothing brand, Gente. And he co-owns Too Cute to Be Cool. He is also the co-owner of a cafe, Last House on the Right.
I don't.
Is he still doing that?
I don't know if that's still a thing. I can't remember.
Okay.
You guys let me know. But that the whole opening of that and everything was super cute. Off was very supportive. I loved it. Okay, continue.
And then he's collaborates with a lot of major brands. Right now, he's promoting Gentlewoman. That started in February of 2026. It does say he studied political science at. Okay, I did have his answer. Thanks, Kelly, for sharing.
No
I doubt my research sometimes. And then we're going to move on to Off because a lot of the things we're going to say have to do with both of them. So that's do you have some more general information about Gunn?
Just to tag on. So he started as a child actor. He was really active in Channel 3 and Channel 7, which are major channels in Thailand, and he did a lot of his child acting work there. When he came into GMM, it was off of a movie called The Blue Hour, which was critically acclaimed. And that really got him a lot of attention. And that's what attracted GMM to him and what brought him into GMM. So, and the Blue Hour was done with the same director as notme, Pinucci. So that's where his relationship with Pinucci began. And Obe, I don't know if you guys are. Obe was in The Sign. Obe, who
was he in The Sign?
He was the friend. Just kind of we met him. He was at the thing when we did the interviews. Yeah. He sat with me in. He doesn't have a pair. I know him from Bilkin and Pee-Pee. He was originally in their company, their first company, and he's like their best friend. But yeah, he was that was a queer film, and Obe was his first on stage partner with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why when they did a rewatch later, my favorite video is off in the back shaking his leg and trying to be cool, and Nucci calling him out from the stage, going, and he's like, "I'm fine."
He's forever shaking when he's not feeling it, man.
Yep. Okay.
So moving on to Off. Now I know I don't have his education. Do you have that, Kelly? Oh wait, I lied.
I do.
He was in information and communication technology.
See, that made sense. That's what I said. I called it. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Silpacorn University.
Yeah. And he started off, as Nikki said, an MC. And then he moved into acting later. But he's okay. What's on his first? His entrepreneurial interests are he's into fashion, and he founded the streetwear brand Landofsomething, and he co-owns a loungewear brand parrstudio. That's like everything I have is both of them in their acting.
So
I have a lot of information. I have information from like interviews, but the like main stuff, but that's it.
Yeah. So so Gunn comes in as this actor, renowned, big deal, and then you have Off coming in as an MC. But at that time is when GMM is going through this transformation, and they are dipping their toe into the BL world. We have Sodas with Kristen Cincto. That's this big hit. And they're moving into that world, and they do. I know we're going to talk about their shows, but Puppy Honey Love is what brings Off and Gunn together. And something GMM typically will do is like, if you want to do this, you got to do this. If you want to do this, you got to do this. So they leverage certain things for other things. Like there was a period of time, if you want to do music, if you want to get, on the music side, you got to do a BL, like that sort of thing. And so they were dipping their toe into the BL world, and their stuff just really picked up. And, so you had Tainu, Chris Cincto, and OffGun all taking off around the same time, which really launched the BL, which is why they get called the Pillars, and what launched this BL side of GMM. They are the originators of
that. When you speak of those others, just to share a little piece of because Sarah shared some things with us, because she's really into OffGun, and I know that she said that Tay and Off were roommates at the time, weren't they?
Yes.
Early on, and Tay and Gunn were friends. So is that how they?
I don't know that.
Became?
No, they got put together by the company. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They got cast together.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember Off saying, you know, he was nervous at the time because he wasn't an actor. He was an MC. He had no intentions of being an actor. He was an MC. So like part of what his like journey, even today, you'll hear him say it, is trying to be good enough to be Gunn's partner, because he fully understands like the level, which I think he's done, but you know, but that is a challenge.
Yeah.
And you know, we all have our own insecurities. That's his challenge, because he recognized from day one that Gunn was a very accomplished, awarded actor who'd been in the business for years and years.
I had some notes from some interviews, and maybe we can just add things to that from what I read from. So the first thing is, how did you get over your first fight? And I like this question because it talks about how they work together as a pair to solve situations. And they said they were filming a series together at the time. The fight was just over something very minuscule, like running and being hot, and they didn't agree about how the other one should feel about being hot. It was really silly. And so they had to film a series, and they had many scenes, and the first 2 days the fight was so bad that they didn't talk, they didn't eat together, they sat at separate tables, and it really affected their work. And so Off was like, I really want this show to be great. So he knew he needed to do something to clear the air. He sent Gunn a chat because it was just getting to the level where their work was really affected. So he sent Gunn a chat and asked him to speak his mind. He's like, just tell me what you don't like, and I won't do that again. And then that caused them to get back to talking. Gunn said, after he got the chat, he was like, okay, let's solve this. You know, he said he could hold on to the anger about something, but as soon as Off sent him the chat, he was like, okay. And the next day, Gunn came and picked him up at his condo and took him to work, because while they were fighting, they were not riding together. Off was having to catch taxis and stuff. He said it was raining a whole lot and he had to go get rides to work. But as soon as they solved that issue through chat, Gunn came and picked him up the next day, and they rode to work together. And he knew that was the way they had to talk things out and not let them fester.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was. Did you have anything to add to that, Kel, or should I?
No, I don't know. That's great. Well, they say they don't argue often. You ask them, usually they'll say we don't argue. That's their like line. But if they do, it's over really, really small things. And then they did unofficially have a period.
Yeah. Yeah.
We call the divorce era.
Right.
But they don't really, honestly, they don't actually. I think fans recognize that period. But I've never heard them identify it or talk about it specifically. So it's like something we noticed something was off, but they won't ever say that they ever have big fight. And I don't know, they might not even consider that period a fight, to them. Just a frustration point.
Someone asked how did they not get bored after having been together for so many years, and they said because their characters are different in every series, that they don't get bored. Whenever there's a new character, they have to tune in with one another and make those characters work. So it's just like a way to keep things fresh. I think that they said something about keeping things fresh in one of the interviews.
Yeah, they did,
with burnout syndrome. Yeah,
they did. I thought that's what you were referencing.
No, this is a different interview.
Yeah, Off was very clear. He was like, "We keep it moving," like. And then I love it when he says really direct stuff, and then Gunn's like, "Tee-hee-hee. We do keep it moving." Tee-hee.
Yeah. We said that their first series was Puppyhoney. Is there anything about that series that you want to share, or do you know? I've never seen that.
Throwing to me. No, I did not. I never watched. throw it at me. I'm like, what? It was a series. No, I actually didn't watch Puppy Honey.
You don't have anything to share. That's okay. I'll move to
and
the
next reason thing. I don't typically go back. Y'all, that was problematic. Those early shows. Some people want to know and they really want to see like every single thing. I don't have that need. That was in the past. I understand it's a part of their journey, but those shows were kind of, I don't want to see him be addicted to a gun. It's not a good time.
Well, every time
what happened in that show.
Every time they bring it up, they talk about how much they've grown since that show. And the way Sarah spoke, did really well. Like it was the reason why that people like fell in love with them. But they feel like they progress every time they do something new. It's so funny because
in that show, to be clear too, that show had straight storylines. They were like within a straight,
okay, side parent.
But Sarah was saying people were really focused on them because they were so good, even though they were.
And they got another show after,
Yeah. It's funny because you were saying how he had to play like someone was not being very nice to Gunn in that, and I just started SOTUS, and I'm like, ew, I'm not pleased with the behavior.
He's
first episode.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Him and Kristen, I'm just like, what is happening? Why did you guys want me to watch this? But I'm gonna watch it.
Are you?
Told you had to.
Did you do it Patreon?
On my Patreon, yeah.
Oh, because it's the beginning and it is based on a lot of Kristen Cinto's real story. So just flip it. So they're Cinto and Kristen's characters in the show. You have to flip them.
Okay. Well,
I will say I made it. I and it's all about watching something by yourself versus watching it with other people, right? I made it a good ways through, and then I was like, "There's so many episodes of this, and I don't want to anymore." And I didn't. I'm the queen of I don't want to do this anymore, and I won't. So
I liked it, but it was one of the first things I watched, right? So I didn't have any
right.
And there wasn't a lot of options back then, so you watch what you got, and that was on Netflix. That's why a lot of people watch that. It was on Netflix.
It was on Netflix?
On Netflix.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people, that's why when they came here, Kristen Cinto for LA, and they were like, they were tripping because so many people knew them from SOTUS. And I was like, child, it's Netflix. You were accessible.
When asked their favorite character, I'm not sure what year this interview was in. I don't know if this will be their same answer now. But Off said his favorite character was Sean from Not Me because it was a dark and violent role, and he got to learn new acting skills doing that. Gunn said his favorite character was his character in Theory of Love because he likes to play a sad, ill-treated role. It's so interesting to me.
It makes sense.
So when
that is best when he's crying.
Yes. When they asked Off which role he likes best for Gunn, he said Black and White from Not Me because he got to play two very distinct different characters.
I agree.
And Gunn's favorite character for Off was Sean from Not Me.
Oh wow! Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Interesting.
I agree, but hold on. Full disclosure, everyone. I've watched Not Me.
I agree with the show.
That's the show I know.
It was great.
Lord of mercy.
I got halfway through Cooking Crush. I just didn't finish it. I'm a bad finisher. I apologize, everybody. Oh well, go ahead, Ollie. Anyway,
when they were asked if they could write their own script, what kind of show would it be? Off said it would be a horror show because Gunn loves them and Gunn just wants to run. So Off said he would play the ghost so Gunn could run away from him. And Gunn said, I only want to run, no dialogue. He said, I'll be excited just running and screaming. I want to see that.
It's just I would like
that
to
doesn't
see
make any sense.
They should just produce a short film And just call
Yeah,
it
that would be great.
Gun.
Yeah, that would be great. That'd be awesome.
He's just like, he has to do the, what is it, the Tom Cruise arms, chopping
Yes.
hair. Or is it more damsel? Sorry.
Oh, no.
You should do the Run Lola Run.
You said what?
He should do Run Lola Run. Remember that movie?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes. He should
I
do
drank
that.
too much of this. What are we doing, guys? I should have eaten something.
So they were asked, how do they maintain a stable relationship? And all said it was with respect and honoring each other. He said it's very important that if you have to see this person each and every day, that you don't cross lines and there aren't any issues. You talk out anything that you're going through, and you give each other the right to think and feel the way you feel and talk about it. Then go ahead, Kelly.
I was going to say I could interject like a snippet of some of their history that Sarah was telling. Like I'll give a abbreviated, because I think that ties into it, because I think a lot of people are aware that their journey was kind of rocky, and it was like in front of everyone. I think when people newer to BL look at these older BL actors, they judge them based on BL today, instead of recognizing these were literally the pioneers of BL in Thailand. Like they didn't have the safeguards that people have today. They didn't have the understanding, and they were stepping out in something that was, easily judged. It was not a very, it wasn't like, yay, embrace gay shows back then. Like it was a lot that they were putting on the line by doing all of these shows. And in the beginning of their partnership, Off was in an open relationship. He had a open and public relationship with his girlfriend. He was, an MC dude that got put in this BL space with Gun, and he had a lot of challenges with that, and it was very vocal about it. And also we learned, and I'm so glad we did through Cooking Crush, that he also had issues with physical touch, which I relate to very well. Of like, we all three of us were really like a no touchy zone type people growing up. So I was always defensive of him, because people take that moment of time and they like add all this stuff to it. But once we got to Cooking Crush and he finally talked about it, he was like, no, I don't want anyone touching me. I don't want to be touched. And he said then he got to a point where he could have Gun touch him, but he had to get to that point, and then it was just Gun. And I think people miss the fact that like happened, but like, so like there were challenges in that. And then you had Gun, who was dealing with a lot of family stuff with his mother passing away, and him becoming the head of the household in the midst of them being these young actors pioneering BL. And so that fortified their relationship, because Off stepped in, helped take care of the family, helped teach Gun like how to finance. Like they talk about that. Like he helps.
They do. Yeah.
How to take care of the family. And he helped him take care of the family. And during that time, he was living with Tay while all of this was going on. So I don't think it's hard sometimes for people to like separate the stories from these people's real lived experiences and all the pressure that was going on. So when I hear you talk about that, I'm sure they a rough road to learning.
Yes.
Learning that.
Yeah. Go through some things before they were like, okay, this is how we have to handle these problems here going forward. Because like you said they don't really argue much anymore. I mean, that's what they typically say in interviews now. And it's probably after having gone through all the turmoil that they went through before, they've gotten to a place where they know how to communicate with one another and how to solve an issue when they run into that. I mean, how many years is it now? It's 10? Over 10, right? Is it 10?
Over 10 now. It's got to be 11.
So yeah, they've become adults now and have learned each other and how to deal with one another.
And also, like, that's just Gun was super social. Everybody loved him. He was somebody who was connected to everyone, where Off was not. He was not a guy who went out. He had his friend group. That was it. And he had a reputation at GMM for kind of being a jerk. So people didn't want to deal with him back then. He was young. He was in MC, he was like, I think he was feeling his oats. You know what I mean? And so he had to be humbled in some ways to get to the Off we see today. But he's also extremely. When people are critical of people's past, I'm like, this is not a person who hides his past or runs from it. He talks about it openly and directly, consistently. That is someone who's done some work. That is someone who can acknowledge where, because it's important to say, I've come from here and here I am today. Like you should people have a hard time like seeing change. So yeah.
So they were asked what they learned. I can't see. Oh no. They were asked what they learned from one another.
And I don't know what's happening.
My screen, I can't see where the little movie thing is. Paul said that he learned his acting skills from Gunn because Gunn had been in the business much longer than him. So every time that he's, trying to hone his skills, he takes some lessons from the things that Gunn does. When Gunn was asked what he's learned from Off, he said determination and perseverance are the things that he learned from Off.
Nice. Very good.
When they were asked their weaknesses, they each other's weaknesses rather. Gunn said that Off's weakness was his hot-temperedness. Very hot-tempered. And Off said that Gunn runs out of energy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I thought Gunn was the out and about person with all the, I don't know.
Maybe it's work related. It's
what
work energy
if you're out and about.
Party energy are not the same types of energy.
Two different things. Yeah.
And we're not out there. I wonder if he's one of those people who parties until he's done.
I was gonna say, if you're partying, you might get tired.
Yeah.
But they also both said they've said several times how important work is to them. So I don't know if he actually lets his partying affect his work. They both enjoy shopping as their hobby. When they were asked what the hobbies were, they were like shopping. That's one thing that they love that they both can do together even. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the shopping piece that I think, and I did a video about this. Like people don't understand is their passion for fashion. It's not just shopping; they are fashion experts, and they love it. And they're both extremely passionate about it individually, and so then they can come together because they have similar sensibilities in a lot of ways. And I remember Off saying like they encourage each other, or they like Off said that Gunn's skill is he is ahead of everything. He knows when it's coming out, he knows what's coming, and he's always on the cutting edge of everything. And so he can work with Gunn now to get the stuff, be on top of it, buy it when it's time, because Gunn is already there ready to do it. And then for Gunn, he understands timeless pieces. He understands investment when it comes to fashion. And so he's able to help guide Gunn through like, this is an investment piece, or you should spend your money here. Like Off gets the first and last of someone's collection because he understands that as they move on, those two pieces of their collection, their career at that at that fashion house are going to be historic. So he said, I always get the first and last piece.
That's cool. That's awesome.
They're like so perfectly matched. So
really are. It's like I get very frustrated when people don't see, well, Gunn deserves better. No, he doesn't. Y'all don't understand. Gunn is right where he wants to be, and this is the right partner for him. Y'all are focused on the wrong things.
I don't get it at all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
I'm gonna you want me? I had to drink.
Say it. Go ahead.
What it means is there are people who do not find Off as aesthetically pleasing as they want, and they have painted a picture of Gunn in their head that he wants these big, hot, muscly guys, and he just needs to be free of Off so he can get with every man. Number one, and he can be with these men they think are better looking than all. And someone can fight me on this, but y'all know I'm right. Y'all, because who are you
It's so
always trying to pair
weird.
him? Who are you always trying to pair him? And so, they're fixated on it. They're like, they're stuck also and off in the past, so they can't get past the fact that he's not that dude anymore. He's not treated poorly. He is affectionate, but he's never going to be affectionate in the way that they think affection should be shown, right? And so because he does not meet that idea of because Gunn is so affectionate that they feel like he's deprived of that because Off can't meet him in that specific space. Like, he's been with him for 11 years. You don't think he knows that? You don't think people who aren't a certain level of affection don't deserve to have people in their life who are?
Right.
Like, what? There's some
I
stuff
never
to
have anybody.
Yeah.
I'm confused on the aesthetic part. I'm stopped there because they are aesthetically matched so well together. Like,
they
that,
look
I
so
agree
good
both
together.
of them that it's like it has to be them. It can't be a different like
in my
mixture
brain
of anything.
Yeah.
That's
exactly
so weird.
right.
I don't know why. And it does. You hear Off talk about, like, he knows.
Yeah, that people
think
talk
he's
about.
a good enough actor. They do that too.
I don't understand that either.
They don't think he's a good enough actor, and they don't think he's hot enough. That's real talk. That's what's going on for a lot of these people.
I feel like some of that energy was coming out with the burnout syndrome stuff. It all came out there. Yeah,
it was fully on display. It was fully on display with burnout, and it was crazy because if you actually, someone was like, did a side by side of like Gun, and there was like some scene from Burnout, and they were like, what we thought we were getting with Gun, and it was like some sexy scene, and then it showed them at one of the interviews, and they kept hitting each other. And it was like little brother, big brother, like, no, you stop, no, you stop. And they're like they realized, this relationship is very much teasing each other and playful. This is not some hot and heavy thing that fans had created in their minds.
I'm sorry, but OffGun gives me hot and heavy. I don't care if people don't think the affection is matched. The way that man looks at Gunn and the little thing he says, that's hot and heavy for me. I get exactly what I need out of that pairing.
Even though they're well matched in height, they give me size difference.
It is
vibes.
Carries himself.
Yeah, because you guys had to convince me of that. Because remember when I said I don't know what you're talking about with size difference with him, but I totally see it now.
Yeah, because Off's big man. He's big man.
He is a big man.
He carries him. I think also people have a hard time with people with confidence that they don't think should be confident. He is confident because he knows what he knows. That is a smart man. That is an accomplished man. He knows what he's doing. He's not. He's running multiple businesses, right? He gets things done, and so he moves through space with that kind of energy. And he did struggle with humility in the beginning, and so it was a turnoff for a lot of people. But like, I don't think he moves that way now. It doesn't feel like that icky kind of energy with it, but he still is confident, and that I think people have a hard time with confident people. I think they do. They want to,
especially so they only have hard time with confident people who don't look the way that they think they should look.
Yeah,
and that's it right there. Because that little wiry man is he's confident, and you again, what you think you want for Gun is what you think a confident man should look like, and so that's a problem right there.
That little wiry man is fine, but let's move on to what he short-circuited my brain in Burnout. Remember, there was a whole scene. I didn't know what was said. But anyway, so when they go to, we're going to move on to the physical attributes since we're saying this. And the thing that Off likes about Gun is his lips and his nose. And the thing that Gunn likes about Off is his eyes.
You say eyes or eyes?
Eyes.
Oh,
not
okay.
I was like,
eyes.
How much alcohol do you have?
But that's not a crazy question because he's always on that man's legs.
His legs out.
Every time you turn around, he's like, trying to grab him up. So I understand her thinking I said thighs, but it was eyes.
I just think in an interview.
Wait, no, Gunn likes thighs. No, that's the other way around.
That's right. Off like Gun thighs. Gun is not going to interview and be like, I was about to say
no, because there was that one press tour where he was out of pocket and kept rubbing on Gun's legs, and Gun was like, "Cut it out!
Yes,
I'll chop you in the neck." And he's like, "I'm gonna keep doing it."
Yeah, one press tour.
Okay, never mind.
Anyway,
come on now, y'all.
When they asked, so we know that Off has gone from host to actor, and when they asked Off what he would like to do in the future, he really would like to be a director someday. Gunn is, he says it's a challenge. He knows there's lots of things that he would have to learn, but it's a challenge that he wants to try.
I think he would be a good director.
Yeah. When Gunn was asked the same question, he just wants more challenging acting roles. I feel like the same thing when we talked about Max Nat. It was similar. Like Max had something new that he wanted to do, but Nat was like, "Give me more acting. Give me more acting."
There's such, but you can tell though, because Nat is an actor. Gunn is an actor's actor. He just it made. This is a weird aside, but I listened to Ted Danson's podcast, and. You know, here's his accomplished actor. He's a sweet old man, and everyone loves him. And so it's fun to hear him talk to people because they all like. It's if you want a nice time, listen to Ted Danson's podcast. But his thing is every time he talks to everyone, he's like, "I'm an actor." He's like, I don't really aspire for anything else. He's like, I don't have the skill set for that other stuff. I'm reading the lines you give me. I'm creating the character you put in front of me. He's like, I don't go beyond that, and I don't really need to go beyond that. So here he is at his big age, and he's still like, yeah, no, I'm an actor. That's it. That's what I want to be.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Aspiring to be the best, at the thing that you want to do. And Off is still emceeing because he does Funhouse, right? Funhouse.
Oh, he does a bunch of emceeing.
Yeah, he does a bunch of
now he's on the Tadler. Lord, that's the article I just read. Now he's in the it's not emceeing, but he's one of the judges for the Face Off.
Oh, for the Face Off. Yeah, you talked about that. Yeah,
and he was just on Running Man.
He was on Running Man too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was the
Running Man is a
guest host. I don't know if he was a guest host or just playing for the day, but
I don't know.
He's everywhere. That man
Running Man is crazy. It's crazy.
That show's
right now.
Crazy. But we will get off topic.
You can tell though that's his thing because you don't see Gunn doing those things. Like Off is the one that's doing those hosting, emceeing things, and Gunn does outside acting jobs from their pair.
And I think this is something, okay, I see people feel like Gunn is being held back in a way. Gunn, I feel like if you've followed them a long time, he doesn't feel comfortable extemporaneously talking. It's not his strong suit. He always this is another reason why they're so perfectly paired, because Off understands his job. He defers to, Gunn will be like, Poppy, like he don't want to answer some questions. He doesn't want to go into too many details, and he trusts Off to answer it in the way it needs to be done. Because people are spoiled by BL actors. Most actors are not good extemporaneous. They need a script. They need to be told what to say. They're not just naturally people who talk well in front of crowds.
In most of the interviews I watched, that's very true. Like Off did most of the answering of the questions, and Gunn would just be like, nodding his head like, yep, that's the answer. And I will tell you, just in our small experience as a band, there were certain members of the band that did the talking and others that didn't. When we would go to interviews, I remember specifically a radio interview that we went to. I did not say one word because that's not, I talk with y'all because you're my sisters. But that interview with the band and they asking about how we wrote certain songs and stuff like that, I sat right here like this. Y'all got it. Because I don't got it. Anyway, they were asked how they deal with stress. And Off said he deals with stress by sleeping and watching a series, doing things that will clear his mind of whatever the stress is. While Gun deals with his stress by hanging out with his friends and roaming the mall. It's so cute to me how very different they are. And Off said, even though that they are older, they don't feel older. I felt this so deep in my soul. Like my body feels these aches and pains like I'm older, but I don't feel like I'm my age. Like I don't think like my age. And he said because at GMM TV, they're surrounded by younger people all the time. They feel like teenagers.
That makes sense.
So
yeah.
Gun said they will still call him non-gun.
Really?
He's like 30 now.
Well, I think it's about
he wants that.
And it's about your present.
Oh, he didn't have a problem with it at all.
No, what you look like. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, they call him non-gun because
he got mad on a live the other day because somebody was saying P Gun. And he was like, P Gun? He was like, who is P Gun? Non-gun. And then like he ended the live.
It makes me think of Jeff. Because his birthday just passed, and he was all, feels so good to be. I think he said
13 instead of 31.
Yeah, 13 instead of 31.
Yes,
flipped his numbers. Look here, man. He's a grown adult. You got to put them numbers right. He was like, I don't feel it. On Running Man talking about my outfit was great because they had me in a school uniform that fits for me. Okay. All right.
I also it was a start. You noticed it was like 2022, 23, whenever My School President came out. Up until that point, everyone babied Gun. Gun was the baby of GMM. Even if there were people older there, because he was so little and petite, he was everyone's baby, and they took care of him, and he got pampered, and then that new crew came in. And it wasn't just that the new crew came in. They needed adulting. They needed people to step up and look after him. That's when Off began to shine. He turned into a mentor in a way that we hadn't seen before. And then poor little Gun, he was thrust into that role. But I watched, you could see the calculations in his head. OffGun Fun Night with Gemini 4th. Watch that one. I feel like you're watching Gun do the math of oh boy, things are about to change. Because 4th is specifically 4th.
Yeah, I thought when you said My School President, I was like, 4th's the new Nong.
Yeah.
Everyone adores him. Everyone, they still baby him. So,
isn't that his son? Is that their son? Particular?
No, he's Earth Mix. He's Gemini.
Earth Mix's
he's
son?
10 years son. OffGun have older kids. So Chimon is OffGun. And Nanan, I think Chimon Nanan baby is Sky. I might be getting
Sky is Tay.
No, Sky is Tay.
Sky is Tay New.
Gemini is definitely theirs.
Yeah.
And Gemini is Tay New.
It's
4th is Earth Mix, but he kind of ditched them for Ponpuin, which I think is adorable. Because he treats Ponpuin like his parents now.
Why?
But he was originally Earth Mix's kid because of Moonlight Chicken.
Aren't they close in age though? Ponpuin?
He treats them like his parents.
I mean, they may be close in age, but does Puin act like he's close to 4th?
No, he doesn't act like he's close to anybody's age.
And they're always taking care. Whenever he has anything going on, those two take care of him. It's like who's taking care of who. But anyway, yes. I don't know where we
So that moves on to the next thing that was talked about in the interview about being a role model. And Off said he never thought he would be anyone's role model.
Neither did I.
But he was like, I just try to be myself. And people seem to like who I am. So I'll continue to do that as long as the people around me are happy. And if younger people watch me and they follow the good things about me, that's great. And so he's like, being a role model does make him happy.
We we saw, to me, the transition happened. Safe House, the season 4, I think it was. He came in, and this is after we kind of watched him just changing as a person. He had the whole speech of like, to keep Gunn, I have to change or I'll lose him. Which I feel like they used that speech against him too. Like, instead of that seen as a positive thing,
Why isn't that seen as positive?
people said that they used to say he was
he wanted work,
riding Gunn's coattail. He wasn't as talented as Gunn, and so he changed so he wouldn't lose Gunn because he couldn't lose that money. That's what people were saying. Y'all know, y'all out there know, but it was just dumb. That's not what that speech was. But
I'm riddled up and she's ready to go. I'm sorry.
I'm supposed to give anecdotes.
You are.
No, go for it. Do it. I'm here.
The only thing I was saying is season 4 of Safe House was when we saw him change into a mentor. And I noticed him, all the younger ones in that season, like I hadn't seen him talk this way, where he's like, if you need anything, you call. He was giving his number out. He was saying, when we get back, I'm going to take you all to dinner. He's like, I live near, you can come stay with me if you need. He was just fully open, and it never ended. And now you hear people who join the company today, and they'll say, consistently, they'll say, Off is the first person who talked to them. Off is the first person who reached out to them. So he has really put himself in the position of caretaker, of like ambassador and caretaker for the company.
Awesome. Which is so it's Gunn said that GMMTV has given him so many opportunities. Like, since he's gotten there, he's done reality shows, hosting, playing different roles. He feels like he grew up in that company, and they helped him thrive and flourish. And I believe Off co-signed that, but I don't have that written. Off said he used to not participate. Oh, that's what he said in response to that. He used to not participate in a lot of things when he was younger. Yep. He'd rather just sit back and host. He liked to talk, so he wanted to be the host. But then because they gave him a partnership with Gunn, he did acting, and acting moved on to singing and dancing, things that he never thought he'd want to do, but he loves them now. He really enjoys doing those things.
I'll say too, I feel like we got to talk about the shows. We haven't talked about the shows.
You know,
people, I could see doing like the same song over and over again, year after year, like their little song, da, da, na, 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 that's their song. Like, they don't get tired of. They love it. They're so happy singing and dancing. They genuinely, absolutely love what they're doing. They love their fans, and they absolutely love working. And it's I would feel like you get burned out at some point, but they really do love it. It's very interesting to see.
Offset, they both have a lot of respect for their work, and they take responsibility for every task. They feel that when they come into a new project, they enjoy it because all the people that work around them are dedicated to the project, and that makes them happy. And Gunn said there's not even a conversation about it. They both know when they approach that project, they're going to do the best they can to make it the best they can be. And they both never take advantage of one another. They both work equally as hard. And that's how they've maintained this relationship for 10 years, because they think about, should we take this project first? Will the other person be okay with it? And so then they don't have to argue, because they know each other, and they know their chemistry is strong enough that they know whether or not the other person will be cool with it. They have lots of things. Oh, go ahead. Did you want to say something, Kelly? They have lots of things in common, like travel and dressing up and fashion. So when they go to events, they don't have to pretend to be someone else. Like meeting up at different events is fun for them because they can just be themselves with each other. I know that I'm skipping down because you were talking about how much they like the songs that they do and stuff. I know in here at some point, Gunn said his favorite thing is performing on stage. because of the reaction from the crowd, like the interaction with the crowd. Like, so singing and dancing is fun for him because he gets that interaction. Like going to events where they have to just meet people maybe and like have conversations that's not so natural isn't actually as fun for him. It makes him kind of shy and nervous. But being in front of a large crowd and everyone just be participating in that thing is like his favorite thing.
Let's take a break right here and we'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. I just want to share that Gun, his mother passed, or we talked about it earlier, right? When his mother passed and Off helped take care of the family. So now Gun is responsible for his grandmother and his younger sister. So he says he has responsibilities like housework, and he feels like, and maintaining, finances for the home. And he feels like those responsibilities drive him to work hard. He does not get discouraged. I think the question was, do they ever get discouraged? And he said he does not get discouraged because he needs to do what he can to take care and maintain his family. So everything he can to boost sales in his company and things like that, it pushes him to work harder, not discourage him. And Off said the same thing. He has about 7 to 8 people in his family that he's responsible for. And he said he enjoys his work and it helps him grow. And the older he gets, the more responsible he becomes. And he's just proud of things like his house and other things that he's created. So he never gets discouraged because he knows that hard work, he'll reap the benefits of all that hard work. And now let's move on. Oh, go ahead, Kelly. Do you want to add
now Gun has a home. His was not built from the ground up. He got a previously built home, a new home. And now Off is building like it's like a compound. I don't know if you've seen him do a walkthrough of the space. It is a compound. It is huge, the home he's building. But to be fair, there's 7 to 8 people. And my favorite when Armchair went through Gun's house, he did a Gun tour, and his Gun's room is the entire top floor, and one of the rooms is the closet, and his office and everything is up there. And Arm said, "Where does Off stay when he's here? Which room is Off's?" And he goes, "This room." And he looked real annoyed by that.
Yeah.
And then recently in Burnout, they asked Gun, like, does he have a wing in the new house, Off's house, or something like that? And then Off was like, that's his house. And Gun said, "That's my house too." So tickled by both of them. So I thought that was funny. Okay, continue.
So now we're going to move on to shows. Is that what we're doing next?
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll pull it up. Nope, that's not what I did. Nope, that's not what I did.
Oh, right. It is. Okay. This is the first show, right? Puppy Honey?
Yes.
Yeah.
That we don't know anything about.
We not all of us watched it, but this is their first they were in Puppy Honey. Yay.
Yay. And they gained acclaim from Puppy Honey. People really enjoyed them.
Beginning of it all.
Look at those cute baby faces.
They are cute.
They're adorable.
I mean, Off's character was not cute in Puppy Honey, but they're cute.
So that first picture was a promotional poster, I think. And this one is just them being tiny humans looking at each other. All right, next, and then on to the next.
Theory of
Love. So this was their series, like made for them. It was a breakout. It's still talked about to this day. It's really interesting because I know I was I don't know if you too, Ami, was challenged by Off's character in this one as well.
Very much.
Some people just love it down bad. Everybody's different. They love a good angst situation. For me, my critique has always been, and maybe it's not a critique because they meant it this way, it took a long time for us to get to the other side of that character. And so the character starts off really harsh and kind of using Gun's character, in my opinion, and kind of flippant about Gun's character's feelings. And it takes so long for him to get to the other side that we're supposed to like let go. There's this beautiful moment with the train, and we're supposed to get to the other side, and I'm still seething, hopping mad. I'm just like, you want me to be okay with this? You want me to be okay with it now? Like, yeah.
I have to say, the first time I watched it, that's where I was at. The second time I watched it, I had more grace for him. But the first time I was like, that boy can act because I can't stand him. And this was, I saw Theory. Well, no, I saw Theory of Love before Cooking Crush, but I loved him so much. I loved his character so much in Cooking Crush that I was like, how did he play that evil person in Theory of Love? But then I watched it again. I think we were doing something. I don't know what we were doing that made me rewatch it, but I could see, I had more understanding of his character the second time around, so I didn't hate him as much. So I can see both sides of that.
For me, it was the timing. I think if they had switched him up sooner, I would have easily gone along. We sat in our frustration for so long that the moment we switched over, we weren't given a lot of time to switch our feelings for him as a character. He did so good at that people to this day, a lot of the pushback and hate he gets is because they see him as that character.
They see him as that
and
character.
he knows it. He talked about it in Burnout Syndrome. He talks about it a lot. He's like, go ahead. He said, if you hate me, I did a good job.
I feel like people see him as that character, that Burnout Syndrome character too.
Yeah, negative. They cannot let that man be himself. But yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. But
yeah, that's from Theory of Love.
Theory of Love.
That's all right. So graduation picture. Next up,
we go to Not Me.
Nikki can have an opinion on this one.
Can I?
You want to go with yours first?
No, you guys go.
I'll just say, this was the work they did with Pinucci, who did Blue Hour, which was Gunn's, the show that brought him in. So the fact that they got to work together again, which was something that was really important to all of them. This was a big deal for Off, because he was going to be required to do some really heavy lifting as an actor in this. And this was at the height of political unrest in Thailand in 2020. We were having, BLM over here, and they were fighting for marriage equality and other rights over there. So to do a show like this at that time, because you can go, Jesus, I was going to be like, you could be put in jail in Thailand for protests. Well, oh, how the
where are we now?
Tables are terrible.
Yeah, but so it was very. I know a lot of people get angry about, they feel like it wasn't promoted enough and GMM didn't push enough, and I'm like, the fact that GMM did it at all is wild. Is wild. So they had, it was a tricky situation, and I don't think they could promote it like they would another show, even though they felt like OffGun deserved that, which they do. And it's still one of the best shows GMM's made, in my opinion.
My only takeaways from this, well, first of all, demonstratively, that does not look like Off in this poster. And this is in the intro, I think, to the show. And I remember pointing it out, and I'm like, who's that guy? Why is he hugging this guy? What'd you say?
Eyes are so sad in this.
Yeah. Well, his face just, and I think it's with the hair.
His face looks hard.
His face looks so hard and weathered. And then my only other, takeaway from Not Me, which I enjoyed a great deal, was you should not prove your love through parkour. No one should have to prove their love through hardcore parkour.
Yeah.
And Sean wasn't right for making White do that. That wasn't right. Remember, he had made him jump from pylon to pylon near the river.
He also made him catch him with that.
Yes, man. Trust fall stuff. Come on, man. Love doesn't have nothing to do with hardcore parkour, and you should not make people do that to prove their love to you. That's all I'm saying.
Well, my takeaway from Not Me is, I had seen them already in Theory of Love and Cooking Crush, and it was just like another level of acting that I was not prepared for. I thought that they were amazing in both of the others, but this one I was like, okay, yeah, this is a pair that's way up here for me. It just
Mm-hmm.
because Cooking Crush, oh my god! I mean, we're getting to that.
We got to get that.
But they're like worlds apart. So
Yeah.
when you can do that, you're up here for me.
And
Really, really enjoyed that.
I will say before we get to, because for this one, this was off stepping into Gun's world. He was this show allowed Gunn to really showcase his acting chops and play this type of character. And off, not being as secure in his acting, he really put in a lot of work into this one because he wanted to be on par with Gunn for this, which I think he did an amazing job. I think Sean is extremely important character in this.
You saying it's to allow Gunn to show off his acting chops, but I think it really allowed Off to do that as well, and probably is why it's one of his favorite roles that he played, because he destroyed that. I still have the scene in my brain where he destroyed me, when he was so hurt. Where did she go?
I don't know. We're ready for the next one.
We're next. Cooking Crush, right? Is next. Is that what's next?
I'm here. Sorry. They just reminded me. I forgot to cook my dog's special food tonight. Oh no, he's not gonna eat. That's not me.
That's not me as well.
Gosh.
This one is very close to Off's real life, right? Both of them really not real life, but them as similar to them as people.
So
right?
the backstory behind it is after doing Not Me, and it kind of goes into the interview, what you said on, we have them knowing each other and what the other person needs. So this was really something Gunn wanted to do. Gunn wanted a rom-com, and Off is stronger in comedy. He is a comedian. So Gunn he felt like Off did a series that highlights my skills. I want to do a series that highlights his skills. And Gunn is not comfortable in comedy. That is not his strong suit. So he was like, I can grow as an actor by doing comedy. This was their project. This was not driven by GMM, something that I don't think a lot of people understand. And they were allowed to, it's from a book, but they injected a bunch of, it's like a gift to their fans. So a lot of their story and Easter eggs, if you're a fan, you will pick up on it, is put into the series as well. And I do think it's like I personally think it's the I Told Sunset About You ripple effect. But I'm not told, because Sodas did it. So, maybe not.
Yeah.
Sodas was doing it too. But it's that idea of taking people's real life stories and putting it into the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very cool.
This is one of my favorites from them. I
love that scene.
Their relationship in this is so beautiful. And I can relate to the not wanting to be touched and all that, of Off's character. It's so weird because being a daycare teacher, I am touched all the time. So it's like, I think I don't want people my size touching me. But anyway, yeah, it's just, the story is just so beautiful. And they're I don't even know. I just know that it gets my heart every time I see clips from it. I've watched it a few times. It just really, really touches me.
So this is another one where people were super critical of it. There was a whole thing of GMM TV is doing them dirty. And I continuously to this day have to tell people this was not GMM, you weirdos. It was like relegated to the side because they, it wasn't a quote unquote heavily GMM project. They edited it for YouTube, so you couldn't, to get the uncut, you had to, go through the app. And it was a weird edit to me. They made it less gay on YouTube, which was so odd to me.
How do you make that
so weird?
So one of the ways, it is clear from the beginning that Off's character is into Gunn, right? Like during that time frame, we didn't have those types of shows where people were gay from the jump. And it was it was a lot of, especially an Off character, right? It would be like, I wasn't into boys till I met you. It was still in there. We were coming out of that era. And so for an adult show to have him clearly attracted to a man from the beginning. And it wasn't a discussion about who's gay and who's not. They were just two gay characters.
Mhm.
They cut, you know, how it was like the starry stuff around his head and all the cute stuff.
Yeah.
They cut some of that. So it
Oh,
wasn't,
this is how I know I saw the real.
Oh.
I
yeah.
saw all of that.
They
Yeah,
cut-
yeah.
Yeah, there was no question to me whether or not he was gay. He was gay from jump. I'm
They
glad I
crafted
did
it like a
version.
traditional. They crafted it like a traditional BL, and so it was wild. We actually ended up hosting because people didn't have the app, so we were like, "Fine, we'll host Sunday nights." People would watch it on YouTube, and then they come watch it with me, Jaime, and Sarah. We do a
Oh,
live.
cool.
They would watch it with us, and we would
Oh,
let them see the full episode, and then we
wow.
would tell them all of the references. Collectively, we try to figure out every real life story that was in there. So that was really fun. We would do that every Sunday, and then people would be like, "Well, they cut this." They tell us everything that got cut from the YouTube. It was crazy. It was not like usually uncut is like sexy scenes and stuff. No, they reshaped the story for YouTube, which is why.
Crazy. Yeah, that's a great one. Then the trainee, I didn't finish.
So the trainee, I think, was GMM's attempt to get closer to K-drama. Think about the way it was filmed, the color grading, how
Oh.
glossy it was, how much there was
It
money.
was well done.
It was well done. The team behind it did not do BL or GL or any of that stuff. They
Clearly.
did straight shows. And that was an example, right? And it was their attempt to put GL and BL together. I think, and this is my guess, was they were trying to create a new, they're trying to be the next big thing. So they were going to have K-drama level shows that were infusing BL and GL, best of both worlds. This show just did. It had the potential. It didn't pay off. The GL couple was miserable. The straight couple was miserable, and they barely gave us OffGun.
That's what I went in it for, and I didn't get them.
The potential of the OffGun storyline was so good. I actually loved those characters, and I loved them together. And then they just abandoned them for a really not great GL and a really not great straight couple.
Right.
And so it just, it didn't.
It's so funny because you not funny, but you talked about integrating GL and BL couples together, and you know what show is doing that really well right now? Yesterday.
Oh yeah,
that GL pair in that. I'm living for that GL pair right now.
That's a good point. I said it didn't do well. That's a lie. That's the key to OffGun. All those complaints, is still one of the top shows of that year.
Wow.
OffGun consistent, and that's why they keep getting shows. People show up, so they're going to get the brand deals. They're going to get all the things, but now they have the freedom to be artistic in a way that they get to have choices and ideas and stuff.
So next show,
and that brings us to Burnout.
That show that kept us watching the episodes over and over again so we could learn new things, had us on lives after the show was over each night.
Yep.
Kelly coming up with the whole PowerPoint presentation.
I did the flowers or the painting.
I just want to say one little thing about the show that I saw in an interview. Someone asked them if they were clear on like the effects of AI on humans prior to this show, and Off was like really into AI and the positive things about it, and he didn't realize the full effect that it had on actual humans, like creativeness and all that, till they did the show. And Gunn was like, he knew about AI, but his friends were more into it than he was. But he didn't like how precise. Once he did the show, he realized how it can make things so perfect and precise that it takes away like the humanity of art and things like that. Neither of them really thought about the effect until after they filmed this.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And this also brought them back to Yuki and the writer director from notme. It brought them back together as a team. They had wanted to continue to work together, and this was. And then Off had to promise to do whatever. She's so hard on him. She is so. I don't know if you've seen them interact, but she is hard on him. She's hard on Gunn too. So I think she's just one of those really tough directors.
But they obviously love it because they talk about how they want perfection and how they want things to be the best they can. So this director pushes them towards that.
Mm-hmm.
I love Burnout Syndrome.
Oh, right.
Another variety stuff. Yeah.
They were one of the so all those varieties shows we see on GMM, they were one of the beginners of that. OffGun Fun Night actually started because Tay and New lived together, and it started in their condo space. And so Off and Gun would have sleepovers with different actors, and that's how they would do the interviews. It's super fun. Well worth looking some up and watching them. I really like the Gemini 4th one, actually. It's hilarious. And yeah, just there's a lot of good ones out there. And they now sometimes they'll do special episodes where it's a newer couple we're trying to get to know. And so they're kind of like ushering them in through OffGun Fun Night. They play games and interview them, but it's a big old bed. They're all in bed together like a sleepover.
Chris looks like a baby.
He does.
That's who that. He looks so much
Chris.
like a baby. I'm like, who is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like his Otis.
Oh, they look
really
pretty there.
They really do. That's from Fun Night too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome.
On the fashion. I don't know.
Nikki, you said you were going to tell us something about the fashion, didn't you? Did you?
Yeah, I looked up some stuff. Yeah, you already talked about some of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did look up a few things about the fashion side. So we can go with them separately, right? Off, like you said, he has his brand, which is Land of Something, right? It's his personal brand where it's got like sweaters and t-shirts and hoodies and things like that. And then he's also co-owner of Parrstudio, which is a loungewear company or brand. But, he also does a lot of collaborations with luxury brands. So, Louis Vuitton, Givenchy, was it Loewe? What's the one that's spelled like
Loewe?
Loewe and Prada. And then he's got, some other brands that he works with as well. And then on Gun side, he has acnestudios, which is both Off and Gun. They have worked with acnestudios. He does not own it. Sorry. The brand that he owns is Gente, and he's also co-owner of Too Cute to Be Cool. I don't know if Too Cute to Be Cool is still around, but yeah, so those are his personal brands that he is owner of. And then they both work specifically with acnestudios, which I've seen some of those shoots in 2025 in December. I saw them do one of the events, which they looked gorgeous at. And then they do other different like luxury events. They have some brand ambassador collaborations. Gentlewoman is very specific for Gun because he's partnered with that brand to do the Anomalies collection, which is a unisex denim collection. So he gets, with Gentlewoman, he's doing specifically some unisex things like you guys brought up before. Because he dresses however he wants. So it's kind of like across the board. With whatever he wants to wear.
Comparing them to Max Nat before, that's exactly what that's like. I dress how, I wear whatever. Gender.
And then his luxury brands, he's also been associated with our Loewe Miu Miu and Self Portrait.
I really want him to get a Miu Miu brand deal. I would love that. He's so that brand.
And that's all the. Go ahead.
Oh, Kelly has.
Other thing I wanted just on the fashion side too. I don't know if you guys knew this, that his off fashion, we won't say too much, but off fashion inspiration is Pharrell.
Oh yeah. That
He knew
totally makes sense.
Neptunes and everything, yeah. So he was into the Neptunes, he was in Pharrell, and he's modeled his career. So when he went to Paris Fashion Week and got to meet Pharrell, and that was like a moment
Dream come true. Yeah.
because that's the way he wants to model his careers after him. And then the other piece, I picked those pictures specifically because there was a point in time where you could see Off turn into the model that we see today. And it's just really interesting when you see someone come into their own, understand their body and the comfort in it. He is a fantastic model. So it's good.
God.
But I don't think people realize, like, he understands his angles. We grew up on that stuff. We used to wake up and watch Elsa clinch. Like,
love styles.
Oh my God,
Elsa clinch.
We are little
fashion shows when
we love fashion. And so when I saw that switch happen, I was like, is anyone seeing this? Like, Juan was all I could talk to, because I was like, oh, he gets it. He's in it now. And it's one thing to love fashion, it's another thing to understand how to showcase it. And I just got really excited over that. Okay, I'm done.
And you kind of sparked my brain because I forgot the other thing I would talk about, which was them doing magazine shoots, right? So you see it here on, there's 2 pictures from a Mint magazine. They've done a lot of covers. So for Kaz, for Mint, for other publications like Unique. So they've just been doing the whole circuit, now, because they're so well established as fashion forward people, but also as models, as you put it. So very, very cool.
They're very unique in their look and their style, but they're well matched at the same time. So it kind of is this like fashion explosion to me, their pairing. The other only one, it's different, but the same in the sense that I think June Dunk are the same. And this is,
I was gonna say June when you were talking about
just so editorial,
in the way that they style themselves.
Right.
Yep.
And so they're dynamic apart, but also just really powerful together. And I see that with June Dunk or with OffGun as well.
Very cool. All right,
baby.
Last but not least in our categories about OffGun is baby. I have to make myself say baby because I don't know why I want to say baby so bad.
Everybody does it. You're not alone.
I don't know. It's really, really weird. So in researching baby, what I have to say is I learned some. I would say, as a person who is fully a mascot stan, like I am it's kind of like me and ATs with OT8. I'm all mascots. Maybe I got a little bit of, smoke from Meta, but I love all the mascots. And I will say that I found out stuff about the mascots I didn't know. Just looking up baby today. So the fun facts mascots, these were created by the actors, and they are representations. So they, not all, but some, I think the OG ones in particular, their names are the name of the fandom. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. See, I didn't do my homework. And then on top of that, what they were drawing was an ideal representation of what a fan in that fandom would be. So that's where these images came from. But they will say yes. So baby actually is they had an easy one, right? With their fandom being named baby. I will say some of the other ones had a harder time with it. And there is some, June, I think in particular, talks about how when they were drawing this ideal representation, they didn't know it was going to be a real thing. So they were like, everything's optional. Hands, limbs, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just drawing a thing. They didn't know that what was going to happen.
This thing was going to turn into something.
They might need arms. They were doing their child a disservice by not giving it arms and short legs that needed to grow.
So they started with the mascots in 2023, and I thought baby was part of the original, the OG. mascots. Babii was not. Babii was in the second generation of mascots.
Tom
So the
Poon was
OG,
one of the first ones.
yeah, like Perm Poon, JD, Yuzu Mumu, Tama Fox, and Mr. Saturn World were the OG mascots.
Wow.
And yes, isn't that it's so wild because I automatically thought they paired up with the pillars, with the OG pair.
JD was at Hidden Hangout. Remember, we saw JD in Hidden Hangout, and we were like, "Hey, JD was around then."
Yeah.
I'm more surprised about Perm Poon being, and I don't know why. It just doesn't. It doesn't.
Because you got to remember, Poon is Poon is kind of an OG.
Yeah, it's
true. Around from the jump.
Yeah,
he was just a baby in these shows, and then then got Nanan, then got Pond. Not Nanan. I'm sorry. I'm not Nanan. Oh my God, Neo. He was Neo in Pond.
Yeah. So the making of
we got the vapors from this alcohol. I could see it.
Oh no!
For y'all listening, we just went. Babe, she did the vapors.
Oh no! You got the
go ahead, girl. Talk about those mascots.
So the making of Babii. Literally, you can go look it up. They have the YouTube video, like I think everybody does, of them drawing them. But Off literally says in that video, he said, "I can only offer ideas. I can't draw that. That would be terrible if I did." So
I'm sorry. Have you seen him draw for the burnout syndrome stuff? Like they do, like picture. What's the game like where you have to draw a picture and guess what it is?
Dictionary. Terrible.
He's very bad at it. But go ahead.
That makes sense then. Yeah. But I do, like I said, their creation of Babii it wasn't easy, but they had a lot to go on because, their nicknames were Poppy and Mommy, and Babii was the fandom. So they were able to do that. The description somebody put as for Babii is described as a cute and energetic baby, symbolizing warmth, joy, and positive energy that OffGun continuously shares with their fans. So she's like very, very sweet. I don't know if Babii is gendered. I don't know.
Girl,
I thought she was a girl.
I think she's a girl.
Okay.
I feel like they refer to her as she quite often.
Quite often. That's cool. All right. So yes, Babii's a girl. And they, I have to say, are stellar parents. They are great.
They are a new level parents to me.
Yes. Of what parents should be. They know the assignment. They know what they're supposed to do. And you can see that just it's just like Nui shows up for things. Like there was the Fanville event where Babii was there with like Polka-san and I think Kingman and a bunch of and Gun shows up backstage to watch Babii, and Baby's like,
mother.
Yes. So it's just, they are just
and off handles that business Daddy needs to handle when he Poppy needs to handle when he has to.
So a great example of that is recently that fam
meeting
where they showed up. And they showed up for Babii, and they had a whole discussion because, apparently we found out that there was some signing of papers before the babies were born, and there was some promising marriage. And Off was like, "I'm not feeling this arrangement." He ripped that thing up.
He ripped. He said, "You will not marry my child."
Because he knew. Because Babii was sad. Babii was upset. Like, why are you upset? Because Polka-san do too much.
Polka-san was hanging around with Jumo. And then Polka-san was like, "It was AI."
Then when they were taking him out. When they were taking Babii out, Polka-san like, "But we didn't finish our homework yet." That's the part that had me rolling.
I also say, like you said, you knew they were going to be good. That's because I remember the day they all met their children for the first time, and I just remember Gun walking out and going, "Baby, who got you dirty?" And he was upset. There was like some soot on Baby's face, and he was like clean. And every time you see it, they're the ones that kids are gonna be perfect because they're always like wiping what's on his feet. was on baby's feet. Y'all better clean that off.
Star Olympics, that race,
Oh,
and
yes.
baby fell down and bust her head, and they were like, "You're dirty." Oh no. I was like, poor thing. But yes, they
She's
are
the one.
excellent.
She can speak several languages. Is it baby that can speak several languages?
Off.
Yes.
Yes, off was very quick to brag about the multiple languages that baby speaks.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I feel like the embodiment of baby, like I do think the voice of baby really accurately embodies the off-gun of it all. 'Cause it's kind of like it's a young voice, but also she seems slightly
Cultured?
annoyed with us. Yeah,
Oh.
no, cultured, but also like slightly is like, you know what? Just y'all cut it out. Like she seems a little bit annoyed
Yes.
with our shenanigans, and she would like us to stop. And so, and I think that's a lovely little fit there. And then there's also, I can't remember what it was, but I do think the favorite probably is Gunny out of the two with baby, because there's like they were doing some live where they were playing a game and baby kept cheating and like showing Gun where the stuff was.
Yes,
And
yes.
cut it out. You keep doing it, cut it out, like that. So,
and baby was like kiki, and Gun was like, show me this stuff.
Yeah. But that's everything I have. Those were the two things I was most knowledgeable about. I see it.
What?
So much fun.
Yay.
Oh, okay. All right. Do we want to? We got because we got to do our favorite thing. Okay, so another break.
All right. It's time to wrap it up. So we're going to do our favorite things for the last couple of weeks. And I will start it with Surf Java. Ooh. Love. Theirs is called Love Me If You Swear. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay. So I already knew from head to head that I was going to love this pairing. Their performance in head to head was amazing. Like sometimes I was waiting for their story before the main story, which I love the main story. Don't get me wrong, but I was looking to see what was going to happen with those two. So when I found out they had a Mute Love coming out, I needed to see it, and they did not disappoint. It was so good. Their chemistry is amazing. Their acting, just period. Even if they were apart, I would love these two. Mm-hmm. In fact, I realized, I think sometime last week, maybe, that Java was the younger brother in A Boss and a Babe. A Boss and a Babe being one of my favorites. I was like, wait, that's Java. That's why I love that dude so much, because he was so good in that. But yes, if you've not seen their Mute Love, you need to go see it, because it's really amazing. And then Louis, how do you say his name? I always say it wrong. Louis's in that, and he's really good. That is Louis in it. He's really good in freaking Romance Scammer too. He's really good in whatever he does.
Louis is out here putting in. He's the new Neo. Neo used to be Neo and Mark.
Exactly. When I was watching him in Romance Scammer today, I was like, he needs a fan con too.
He does.
Can we get Samantha, get Sammy, the twins, Neo and Louis? Can we get them a fan con?
Yeah,
anyway, that'd be perfect,
right? But yes, this Mute Love is so good, good.
I think besides C Keen, it's the. I mean, don't get me to lying. I didn't watch the others. I watched C Keen. I watched the
Divas.
The Divas, and I watched the gay one.
I love all three of them. I'm enjoying the short form. And yes. You know what? It's not the C Keen one, but there's so much color. The Diva one and this one, so much color. It's just so bright and brilliant. And that part too is enjoyable. Like the visuals are enjoyable, but also the acting, and all three of those. But Surf Java is the pair to look at because I think they're going to do amazing things. So that's my joy for this week.
Check it out.
They were phenomenal in that.
Yeah.
Next.
Who's next?
Need to be next. You got one. Okay, I could do that.
I got one.
I'll do this. It's a combination. Only Friends Dream On has come out, but it's less. The show is great. I love the show, but I'm loving seeing the interaction of this cast because these are unlikely people that we're getting together. It's twofold. So part of it is that specifically the trio of Mix Boom Gowan. That collective is something I never knew I always needed. Specifically when Mix and Boom flank Gowan. Boom and Gowan have a history. They've been friends for a long time. And now and Boom had a crush on Mix when he first entered the company. And so you've got all of these but Mix and Boom now are like kikiing all the time. And they bring Gowan so out of his shell. And they tease him, but he teases back. He actually doesn't shy away from anything. So that's part of it. And then the other part, I'm getting my Earth Mix back. And it's really wild seeing them come back and be so open in a way that we have never seen them before. So there are stories that I knew because Thai fandom does gatekeep. So there are stories of how they met, when they started, that they didn't talk about, that I would have to don't say that, Kelly. That's Thai fandom stuff. You're not supposed to say that out loud. They're saying it all now. When they talked about Earth's mother passing away, all of the things that happened with that, Mix was there. They never told that because people believed that they started with the show and GMMTV. They were friends long prior to that. And then today, Mix was like, oh, I remember the first time I met him. It was at the cinema. We went to see a movie. And I was wearing shoes that were too tight. And my foot hurt. And I needed something for my foot. And he left. And then this whole time, Earth's going, no. And he goes, don't tell him. I'm embarrassed. And he's like, I'm just telling him now. And he said Earth went to get him a Band-Aid, but was gone for an hour. And the MC was like, an hour? What were you doing? And basically he lived near there. He had no, it's so funny. He had come straight from work. And so he went home and washed his hair. Because he had just come straight. He'd come straight from work. But he said it was very sweet because when he came back, he had this big bag full of pharmacy stuff and then fixed up his feet for him. And then they watched them. So he said, I'll never forget any of that. And Earth was like, why are we telling them all this stuff? So, and that was long before GMM, which a lot of people knew and never, because, not our business. So it's just really interesting to see the evolution of BL and how these pairs are being more open about their stories.
So you brought up the Only Friends. I didn't because I figured you might. And so I just want to say the joy from that for me is Joss Gowan's characters in that show. I did not know I was going to love them the way I love them.
It's so good.
Especially Gowan. Love them so much though. And what else I really, really love is how much love Boom is getting from this show.
Yes.
This is everybody cannot stop talking about those two. And they've deserved it for so long. And I love the fact that I feel like people have noticed them all along, but this is giving them the instrument to really, really talk about how amazing.
I know we're trying to end, but just to dovetail onto that, I'm sorry, Nikki. Force did a thing. Fans were complaining about Force Book and they're not getting enough attention. And he basically was like, just because he's like, you don't know the inner workings of what's going on behind the scenes. Sometimes we can't take the job. Sometimes the calls just don't come. He said, but the last thing you want to do is force it. He said, you will be where you need to be when you need to be there. And that is the right time. And I feel like Boom is perfect. They've been
this is their perfect time.
Putting them out. Solid performance after solid performance. together and apart, just doing the grind and showing up. And now I believe they will be the breakout. Even though the other storylines are strong, I still feel like breakout from this.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Nikki.
All right. Mine is Jeff Satter. So it's my joy, but it's also my sadness and my jealousy that he just, with very short notice, showed up in the United States of America. And he stood on TV in New York and told the lady he wanted to see raccoons.
He got to see him.
Yeah. Oh, he did. I didn't get to see that.
Did. He was excited.
Oh, that's really cool. And then he showed up at the Grammy Museum, I think on the West Coast in LA. And he did a performance there. I've been seeing a lot of that. And so that's making me very, very happy. He is just he is showing himself to be a very well-spoken individual, but also just warm and funny. Like, you would think he would be. So it made me very happy to see a lot of that, happening on the internets. Even though I was mad jelly because I couldn't, because that was not enough. That was not enough time to figure that one out.
Yeah,
I was telling the folks on my Patreon, we've been doing a lot of ATs, you and me, and I said we're going to dip our toes into some Jeff Satter as well. So let's get on that soon because that's
okay. So that's made me happy, but also I think I'm gonna make it up to myself. I went ahead and bought a live stream ticket for his birthday event. So I'll be
tomorrow.
It'll be
it's on a Monday though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on the 16th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll be driving my kid to school and listening to him on my phone. I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. But anyway, because it's at a reasonable time. What is that about? 7 a.m.
I don't know if y'all tell me if you want to join one of the days. I forgot it's Bilkins' concert this weekend. So
this weekend. Coming up the next weekend.
Yeah. So if you want, it's up to you. But I don't know if I'll pull it off this time. Typically, I do all 3 days. That's been my thing. I don't know.
Girl.
Yeah, it's a lot. But he said each day will bring something new. Damn it. They put on a good.
They do that though.
They do. Yeah. And he made clear. He's like, every day is something new. And I was like, wow, you piece of work, you. I can't do 3 days. So I have to think about it. But I'm definitely doing at least 2.
One of them,
probably 3. No, I'll do 2. I got FOMO. I'm a
girl. We supposed to do Duong and Love You Teacher.
Oh, Jesus be offense. And we got OnlyFans. Oh, Jesus be offense.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yo.
I don't know, man.
I'll
figure it out. Y'all did when it's something you want to see, y'all figure it out.
Hey, you I'm not saying no, I'm just reminding
you. Yeah. I only have one thing. So
because I was sitting there like I might join you on the Saturday. Yeah, I don't know. We got so much on that Saturday.
So is this the end of season 1 for us? For what my sister said?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So this is the end of season 1, everybody. We're gonna take a couple of shows, cycles off, and we'll be back with season 2. And we hope you guys have enjoyed us so far. I think it's been a really lovely time. We've had a lot of fun, and thank you for all of our new followers on Spotify.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Woo-hoo. All right. Are we good?
Yeah.
There we go.
Right.
Awesome. Bye.